very, very close among those three. Lord Dunmore, Three Georges, and Bazooka Charlie battling out the minors. In the gate. And they're off. Looking for Curly was off very slowly, and it was not a quick start for Just Deal either. It is a fast one for Bob's Kid, who sprints a length clear of Glorious Oscar. Cernano along the rail comes away in third. They're followed by Cardinal Spirit and Just Deal, moving in tandem into the second and third spots, respectively. Problem Solver has 6 lengths to make up, 3 in front of Slow Starting, looking for Curly. It's Bob's Kid to the 3/8 pole with a 3-length lead. Just Deal takes second. Cardinal Spirit trying to match strides and doing so with that rival. They're within a length and a half of Bob's Kid coming to the quarter pole. 4 more to Cernano. Problem Solver is next. 3 clear of Glorious Oscar. They're at the top of the stretch. Bob's Kid, Just Deal on the outside, all out, shifting in a bit, trying to get to Bob's Kid, who has a very narrow lead. Now Just Deal straightens up and comes gamely after him. Cardinal Spirit still very much in it, too. Cardinal Spirit and Just Deal are head and head behind them. Cernano and Problem Solver. Cardinal Spirit or Just Deal. Just Deal, Cardinal Spirit. Photo between those two. Just Deal, Cardinal Spirit. Behind them, Problem Solver and Cernano finish fourth. Last one to load is Kelly's Out. And they're off. I'm a Joker is out alertly. Den of Iniquity is flashing good speed. Bottle Rocket along the inside is close up too as they cross the dirt and get back onto the main course. So it's Bottle Rocket, Den of Iniquity, and I'm a Joker in the center of the course. Chasing Serendipity is fourth, but only 2 lengths off the lead with a little more than a lap to go. Cameron Slough is second to last, and Kelly's Out under a tight hold at the back, 7 lengths front to back, with Juan Hernandez and I'm a Joker getting a very comfortable lead. A length and a half in front of Den of Iniquity in second. Then comes Chasing Serendipity and Bottle Rocket third and fourth. Cameron Slough is fifth, 5 lengths off the lead. And Kelly's Out is down at the rail. No change in the running order. It's I'm a Joker just cruising along, getting a mild bit of pressure from Den of Iniquity, who's within 3/4 of a length of her in second. Chasing Serendipity in third. Cameron Slough is eager to get closer, inching up on the outside of Bottle Rocket, and still Kelly's Out at the back, but 7 lengths front to back as they run toward the half-mile pole. I'm a Joker. Cruising along, 3/4 of a length. Den of Iniquity in second. Chasing Serendipity third. Most of the journey has 4 lengths to make up. Bottle Rocket in the pink is down at the rail. Cameron Slough inches up outside of her. And Kelly's Out, yet to be asked to do her best, has trailed almost every step of the way. I'm a Joker, Den of Iniquity. Chasing Serendipity, 4 lengths back in third. Cameron Slough gets a nudge now to pick it up in fourth. And then Bottle Rocket there at the top of the stretch, and it's been all I'm a Joker turning for home, fending off Den of Iniquity in the center of the course. Cameron Slough is starting to angle out with some big strides too. Cameron Slough becoming a little bit of a threat to this loose leader, I'm a Joker, but I'm a Joker with plenty left in the tank, and I'm a Joker made short work of the competition, bounding home by 3.5 lengths. Cameron Slough eventually completes the exacta, Chasing Serendipity and Bottle Rocket. Double scratch number 7, Neezer Dalton. They'll be at the gate in 22 minutes. Yamava Resort and Casino at Sandman. Safa is in. All set. And And they're off. Rosie Forecast, Mirinda flashing her usual early zip. They are joined by Barbera, who's up close to, and Barbera's up to take the lead. Just is now second. Rosie Forecast and Nida down at the rail moves up willingly to take third. They're followed by Epione. Mirinda, who broke well, is now 7 lengths off the lead. Safa's second to last, and Lady Marianne at the back of the field. Barbera speeds toward the 3/8 pole with a 3-length lead. Nida at the rail is racing in second. Just is third. Epione 3 deep, 6 or 7 off the lead. Another length back. Mirinda is trying to make some headway from off the pace. Safa will be caught very wide, 9 off them. Another 2 back to Lady Marianne. And Rosie Forecast now trails. Barbera turns for home with a commanding lead. It's Barbera clear by 6. Just is. Safa on the outside, finding her best stride and moving boldly into second. Has to get to Barbera, who has a 4-length lead. Safa eating up the real estate, though. And here comes Safa to blow right on by late. Safa gives Tiago Pereira a triple. Barbera's second best. Photo for third goes to Just Is in front of Mirinda. The favorite Certitude will complete the line for Hronis Racing. They're in the gate. And they're off. Very even start. Flight to Quality and Rich of Joy are the first 2 out of the gate. Jai Ho in the center has some early speed. And here's Pondicherry. Pondicherry now vying for command with Candy in the Morning. Those 2 go on with it. Flight to Quality will get a good stalking trip in third. Rich of Joy is down at the rail. Then Jai Ho. Certitude is now inside of that rival. Has 5 lengths to make up past the half-mile pole. Dangerous Affair is down at the rail. Then comes Morgan's Bluff and another 2. Back to Auditory, who's at the back of the field. Around the far turn, the battle continues. Pondicherry on the outside, just in front. Candy in the Morning. Jai Ho moving in 3 deep in third. Then Certitude. Green colors will go widest of all, fourth. Inching up willingly, however. Morgan's Bluff is even further out as the field turns for home. Pondicherry, Jai Ho are head and head. Certitude now set down for the drive. And in the center of the race course, trying to make a late run is Morgan's Bluff with Dangerous Affair. Jai Ho, Certitude. Jai Ho digging in, Certitude. Jai Ho too strong, and Jai Ho prevails 3/4 of a length. Certitude was second. Dangerous Affair third in front of Auditory, and Pondicherry completes the super high 5.
Well, yesterday was a fun day and evening, wasn't it? Hi, everybody. My name is Tom Quigley, VIP Player Concierge, your seminar host for the next 35 minutes. And yesterday afternoon, thanks to each and every one of you, the Pick 6 pool of new money was in excess of $1 million. Congratulations to the lucky and skilled ticket holders who cashed winning tickets that paid in excess of $7,000. $2 traditional Pick 6 seems to be well received by the players. Also last night at 8:37 p.m. Pacific time, I think you know what happened. Good old Freddie Freeman knocked one out of the park with a walk-off grand slam. Dodgers up 1-0 on the Yankees. Game 2 tonight at 5:08 p.m. Pacific time. Yesterday was an important day for our seminar guest as well. He celebrated a birthday, and we saw him in the winner's circle. His name, Larry Zapp. Larry, happy Saturday. Welcome to the seminar.
Tom, thanks for having me. And God, how much overload,
sensory overload
do we have going on between obviously our local racing that we hold very dear, and Keeneland's ending today.
Correct.
And they have a great card at Churchill tomorrow. Breeders' Cup
6 days away,
and more Japanese horses, almost 20. Aidan O'Brien might have about 20, and it's just you got a couple from South Africa, just the Dodgers last night. And I'm a Mets fan, Tom, and Freddie Freeman was a Brave that I hated for like a decade. Now I got to watch him in LA do this last night. It was spectacular just to be in the environment to watch a bunch of Dodger fans celebrate.
It was an instant classic. And speaking of classics, you were involved with the winner of yesterday's third race. Let's listen to Frank Miramati describe the action coming down the stretch.
The plan in the purple cap, Mark the Money Man, white blinkers on the far outside, and Giant Luther in the pink. Mr. Machu Picchu digging in at the 8th pole. Miles Finch has to steady while awaiting that spot, still trying to grind away. The Shillelagh is coming after them smartly now. The Shillelagh, Mr. Machu Picchu. The Shillelagh takes the lead, and the Shillelagh will graduate, pulling away. Miles Finch.
Larry, the Shillelagh is partly owned by you, California racing partner, son of the Factor. Just second career start. Kind of got off slow in the debut at Del Mar. The extra distance and the more prompt start certainly helped his chances of winning.
I would have showed the tape if I was on yesterday.
We did, as a matter of fact. Yeah, both myself and David Nance.
Yeah, I would have done the same thing.
How did he pay that big of a price after showing the tape?
Because the saddler, who's a half to that really good other horse.
Perfectionistic.
Is the good saddler was taking all the money yesterday.
Yeah, Kings River Knight.
Yeah, Kings River Knight's the half brother, and this horse was a horse I really wanted at the yearling sale. The brother that went for $250, a little too steep for us. I give Michelle Yu and Ryan Hansen all the credit here. They isolated this horse. My people bought in after Ryan signed the ticket. I mean, it looked like a nice bodied. I liked the Factor a lot, and Ryan was smart to put the horse on grass both times, and really did a good job getting the horse to get out of the gate second time. He really worked on that. Michelle Yu, does so much work in breaking these horses with Ryan out there in Whittier, and as a team, I'm glad we're part of the team. We won the Grade 2 with them a few years ago with one more bid, and love winning with them. There's good energy in the air and yesterday was no different.
We've only got 2 minutes before the break, Larry, but speaking of winning, of course, you mentioned the Breeders' Cup 6 days from today, and you follow the action all around the world. Is there maybe one horse you're excited about gambling on? Doesn't necessarily need to be a local horse, but one horse that you've been kind of eyeballing all year in anticipation of the Breeders' Cup?
Well, this is the year of stars. I normally try to give a price horse out, but I'm telling you, Tom, this is the year to be a fanboy. You guys like you and I who've seen it all.
Sure.
When you have City of Troy, I just can't wait to see City of Troy. I think he's going to be value. I think he's the best horse in the world, and I think he could be 7-2, 4-1 in that kind of a race. You get 3 Japanese horses that are going to take a lot of attention, some pretty good American horses, obviously. That's a great race, and obviously Torpedo Anna, and we told a story about Judy Hicks breeding her the last time I was on, but you look up and down, and all the Aidan O'Briens when they come out, this is going to be a true World Breeders' Cup instant classic with championship on the line, and they're saying Fierceness or Torpedo Anna. But what if City of Troy trounces this field? Can you do it off one race? I don't know. I'm just going to be there, and I'm looking forward to it.
We're happy to have Larry Zapp as our seminar guest today. We've been talking about the Breeders' Cups and yesterday's results. We're going to look forward to today's 10-race card and find out who Larry likes. But before we do any of that, let's toss the microphone over to track announcer Frank Miramati and get the early changes on today's 10-race card here at the Great Race Place.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Santa Anita Park, the great race place. The track is fast and the turf is firm. The rail on the turf is out 10 feet today. Here are the changes, early, not many of them. Just the blinker note in race 1, start of the early pick 5. In race 2, no changes. There are no changes in the 3rd. The 4th race starts a middle pick 4, no changes, but a middle pick 4 is offered today with the 10 race card. In the 5th, start of the $2 pick 6, just the blinker note. Race 6 starts the 50-cent late pick 5, no changes. Turning to race number 7, we kick off the $3 all-turf pick 3 with the grade 2 Twilight Derby. Race 8, scratch 3, Chasing Rain. $3 late pick 3 starts with the 8th. In the 9th, scratch 4, Kanthara. Scratch 8, Blue Oasis. 4 and 8 are out. $5 double starts with the 9th. And in the 10th, Super High 5 is offered. Scratch 3, Legitify. On Saturdays and Sundays, we have the Coast to Coast Pick 5, combining races from Gulfstream Park and Santa Anita Park with a low 15% takeout. It starts today with Gulfstream's 9th at 2:06 p.m. There have been some extraordinary payouts in the Coast to Coast Pick 5. Great value with the player-friendly 15% takeout. Enjoy your afternoon here at Santa Anita Park. Lots of activities going on. 58 minutes to post for race number 1, which will be at 1 p.m. Let's go back to Quigley's Corner. Tom's special guest today is Larry Zapp.
Welcome back. We're talking horses with Larry Zapp. He's a horse player and also an equine scout. He attends most of the sales. As a matter of fact, Larry, you were supposed to be at the Fasig-Tipton sale earlier this week. You didn't make it for the very first time in a long time.
In a long time, and I got to celebrate my birthday here at the Great Race Place. Got a win. Got Michelle Yu getting. Maramati says my name better than anybody, and that just I got to get a recording of that, Tom. But it was I'm usually at Fasig-Tipton. Just so much going on. I didn't get to go. We still bought a couple of horses. My guy Jesse Hopple, who's breaks our horses in Florida, he was there, and we bought a couple. We bought a Maxfield Calbred that Jim Rome bred.
Nice.
And we're going to be taking it to Florida from Kentucky to sell it to hopefully Bob Baffert to race here in California. Well, maybe John Sadler will have him.
And I also saw you talking to prominent owner and breeder Terry Levenger after the races yesterday afternoon. I'm sure you guys were talking shop just about the state of California racing and breeding and everything else.
You know, with the crop going lower, dwindling, but we still have a solid enough California crop. We have the best stallions we've had in a long time in California, and obviously bringing a sire like Stay Thirsty here made a lot of sense.
Catholic Boys also coming to the state.
Catholic Boys coming here. He's just a failed commercial Kentucky sire, but he's not a failed sire.
He was a nice racehorse.
Great racehorse. Grade 1 winner, turf and dirt, hard to find. Stay Thirsty was maybe failed there, but he's been a star here. I mean, he dominates the dirt racing for Calbreds, and Terry Levenger's on the ball, and he's going back next month to pick up more mares. We need the Terry Levengers. Well-bred
mares that are going to be in California, which also makes the breeding operation much more lucrative.
He bought about 6 or 7 Tappet mares right when they were first available, and he kind of has his he knows what's happening before it's happening. He's one of those guys, and that's how you speculate and you make money in this game.
Let's see if you know what's happening before it happens by looking at today's 10-race card, Larry. We kick things off in race number 1, which is a split of race 3. We're traveling 6 furlongs on the turf course for maiden special weight Calbred, 2-year-old fillies. The rails today on the turf are at 10 feet. Also, race 1 begins the popular 50-cent early pick 5. We've got a field of 8. The current betting choice at 8-5 is the Glen Hill Farm-owned You Decide, trained by Peter Urton. Before we get your thoughts on the race, Larry, you want to show a workout for Guilty of Having Fun, courtesy of our friends at xbtv.com. Let's watch this gate workout on October 3rd. It's a solo workout. Tell us why you wanted to show the audience this workout.
Well, you know, I just mentioned about the California breeding program, and I think the addition of Sir Prancelot was just very fortunate. He's basically our next unusual heat. He dominates on turf, and they're actually not bad on dirt. And you could see the way this is a horse has a beautiful body on him. I just like the tempo he's going in this gate work.
You can tell that she's moving right along. She's going to pass a couple of horses real quick here, and you can see it's basically like they're standing still.
Andy Mathis does a good job, and I just caught my eye. I was trying to give you some couple workouts or races to show, and I just think this horse, I don't particularly love the rail going 6 furlongs on the grass, but I think this horse will be tactical if not on the lead, and I love the way she appears in this workout. The mother of this horse I'm familiar with, and Golden Balls is a little underrated as a broodmare sire. This horse, I think, is going to show up ready to run first time out, and you get a nice 6-1 on the morning line, courtesy of Jeff Siegel, and take a shot with Aguilar from the rail. I also like the other there's many Sir Prancelots in this race.
Three of them, as a matter of fact.
You know, I wanted to use all three because Rosa Parks, and it's another clever name of person by Nick Alexander. I mean, the guy does a great job bringing yesterday to today. And I didn't use that horse, and it's probably the horse to beat, but I used my good buddy Pete Erden, number 5, You Decide. I liked its first race on the synthetic at Gulfstream Park, and then it just didn't handle the dirt. And I put a line through that second race. She's worked pretty good out of the race. They got J.J. Hernandez, who's riding as good as anybody in the country, if you ask me. He's just a superior rider. Yeah, we did win 2 races with him last week, but, we feel good about J.J. And whenever he's on a horse, it gives me confidence as a bettor. I went 1-5 because you only give me 2 slots here, Tom.
And Larry's top selection, number 1, Guilty of Having Fun. He mentioned the Dam XS Gold, longtime Southern California horse players. Remember her being trained by James Cassidy. She certainly was successful. SY Sky, Rosa Parks' dam, you remember, also raced here in Southern California with a lot of success. Race number 2 begins the 50-cent early pick 4. We're traveling 6.5 furlongs on the main track. We've got a field of 5. It's a starter optional claiming race. The morning line favorite on the bottom, number 5, Devil Be Me. There's that guy Juan Hernandez again. Thumbs up or thumbs down on the favorite in race 2, Larry?
Well, not thumbs down on the horse. I'm going to pick the horse second, Devil Be Me. It draws well. Jeff Mullins having as good a year as anybody percentage-wise. And
Sure
he ran
is.
second in his bodybuilding. First professional. Shout out to him
Congratulations,
down in
Jeff.
Florida.
That's nice.
He works hard on it. It's passion for him. Can't take passion away from anybody. I went with the rail horse here, number 1, Disco Tribute. Craig Delassie's had such a good year, a solid year. He hasn't won yet at this meet. I've got to get him in the winner's circle before the meet's over, Tom. Once again, I'm breaking a cardinal rule. The rail going 6 furlong, 6.5 from the dirt. But this horse is tactical, and there's some sneaky good races on this horse. And the second, Clovis Connection up north last time. Clovis Connection is a really nice horse up there and has come down to Southern California before. I think that's a key race, and I like the price at 4-1. So, in a short field, just trying to beat a favorite. I went 1-5, but by no means can I leave Devil Is Me out. So 1-5 for me.
As mentioned previously, race 3 is a split of race number 1. Same conditions. Maiden special weight Calbred, 2-year-old fillies traveling 6 furlongs on the turf course. Here we've got a field of 7. Number 4, Orange Thunder, the daughter of Clubhouse Ride, is the 2-1 morning line favorite, ridden by Kaz Kamura. Good to see him back in Southern California. Talk to us about race 3, Larry.
What am I doing again? I'm going with the rail horse, Tom. Number 1.
Wild.
When I put them down to send to you, I go, well, I can't be doing this. But yet I liked Almond Joy's first 2 races. And, Ohm is a better turf sire than he is a dirt sire. And it's taken Aggie Ordonez, who's a very good conditioner, by the way, they tried the Oak Leaf last time. That's how much they liked this horse. And I like what I saw in especially its second race. Thought the horse was finishing strong, steadied a little, just had a lot of energy. And I just think turf is going to move this horse up. And I'm hoping they give us the 4-1 on the horse. After that, I'm going to use Orange Thunder. Craig Lewis. He tried long on this horse, and it made sense. Most clubhouse rides out of an unusual heat would want 2 turns, but the horse, I don't know, it looked better in its first race visually to me, and I think the 6 furlongs will be a perfect distance for this horse. So I like the cutback, and it draws pretty well. So I went 1-4 in this particular race, and I thought it was kind of one of the more wide open races on the betting card today.
On today's 10-race card, we offer a 50-cent medal pick 4, kicking off in race number 4. We're sprinting 6.5 furlongs on the main track for Calbred Maiden special weights, a field of 5. Number 4, Majestic Palisades, is the heavy 6-5 morning line favorite. Give us your thoughts on race 4, Larry.
Well, if I'm playing the early pick 5, Tom, I'm just going to try to get through this race with the 2 favorites. I picked them that way, 4-5 here. I mean, the 4 Majestic Palisades, Dean Peterson, that was a very strong second last time at Los Alamitos. The work tab looks solid enough. Dean Peterson, another just very good horseman we have in Southern California. Just has to be the horse to beat off that last race. And Uncle Chili, for Francisco Garcia, which, you know, he was the assistant to Mike Pipey, and I think they're still trying to figure out the whole Pipey situation. But the barn is starting to heat up after being cool for a little while, and I see the barn really going to be taken off, I think, in the next couple of weeks or months. And just the last race indicates the horse has ability, and I can't see past these 2 horses, Tom. It's really kind of a blasé race from a betting standard, 4-5 for me, but like I said, I just hope to get through this leg.
Race number 5 begins the $2 pick 6 sequence. We're traveling 1 1/8 miles on the turf course for maiden special weights. All 3-year-olds in this field of 7. The Maury Lane favorite, number 4, Rostovsky from the Mark Glatt barn. Before we get your thoughts on the race, Larry, you wanted to show a replay that 2 of these runners exit. It's both for number 2, Travail, as well as number 6, Mysterious Husband. Now, they're going to be easy to spot in this replay. They're going to be trailing the field as they approach the clubhouse turn and go down the backside. So you'll be easily able to follow them. They break in this replay from post positions 1 and 9. You want to pay attention to Travail. Blinkers go on today for this lightly raced son of algorithms, and he certainly had plenty of late kick going this flat mile distance in the replay we're about to watch. Today's distance is 1 1/8 miles on the turf course. So let's listen to Trevor Denman describe the action back on August 25th at Del Mar and watch the runners breaking from post positions 1 and 9.
And away they go. Quintessence broke well. It goes for the early lead, but now been overtaken by Sir Maximus. Caribbean King tucking in just behind the leaders. Nuclear is in the orange cap. Captain Chuchi's on the outside. Pace is decent early. Then we come back to Quality Wins in the red colors. Legitimate Targets in there as well. Big Juanito races back 4th last, gives them a good 8-length start. In behind that is the Old 9, quite content to lag early. Mysterious Husband 2nd last, and last is Travail. Onto the backstretch they go, and Nuclear now goes to quicken them. Nuclear gets the lead and goes on with it. Sir Maximus on the inside 2nd. Quintessence is right there in 3rd. Legitimate Target in the white colors, only 2.5 off the leader. Caribbean King is right there at the rail. Captain Chuchi's behind that. Only 4 lengths covers all those runners. Big Juanito is next on the outside. Quality Wins now 8 off the leader. Then we come back to the Old 9, who's still far back, getting a tap on the shoulder to come after them. They come to the 3/8 pole, and Nuclear is let loose. Nuclear now opens up on them. Nuclear goes 4 lengths clear at the top of the lane. Quintessence is trying to chase from 2nd. Captain Chuchi's is on the outside. Now Big Juanito's coming with a late run, and Quality Wins down the center. It's Nuclear in front, but a wall of horses now coming. Here comes Big Juanito. Big Juanito coming fast. Quality Wins on the outside. Nuclear, Big Juanito to get up. Big Juanito got him. Big Juanito very close then for 2nd.
Larry, Travail, wearing saddlecloth number 9, kind of showed up late on the scene, and the gallop out indicates that certainly he wanted to cover more distance. You like him at a big 12-1 on the morning line today.
Well, he gets blinkers. One of my favorite long shot trainers is Paula Capestro, and one of my favorite long shot riders is Valdivia, who usually hooks up with a Ron Ellis to put over the $60 horse. And I'm just hoping here with the inside post. What is Paula telling me here? She goes from a 62.5. She claimed the horse for 40, ran it for 62.5, starts training on it more, gives it a little extra time. And you see some of the work's got a bullet down at San Luis Rey. She's telling me she's liking the way this horse is going. And if you watch that replay closely, in the lane, Gonzalez had a lot of horse late, and I didn't think he was he knew he wasn't getting anything, but I just liked the gear the horse was in and how much ground the horse was covering. I'm hoping for a better break today. I'm hoping the horse can get, be part of the field and not have too much to do, because Santa Anita can be a little speed favoring, especially at 9 furlongs. So I'm going to give this horse 12-1. I just can't pass up on it. And 4, obviously, Rostovsky comes out of a key race where Spycatcher was knocking on the door and had done well in graded stakes. And, just could be odds on in this race today. But I just think you got to go for value sometimes. And this also is one of the better betting races on the card. It's a lot of ways of looking at this race, but with only 2 spots you're giving me, Tom, I'm going to go 2-4 in this race, number 5. I'm going to go deep on my pick 5. I'll tell you that much.
Race number 6 starts the 50-cent late pick 5 sequence, and we kick things off going a mile and a 16th on the main track for allowance optional claiming types. Non-winners of 2 other than the Bob Baffert 3-year-old trainee. Number 3, Ultra Power, is the 6-5 morning line favorite. This son of Curlin out of Unique Bella is certainly bred to be a good one, and last time put everything together, Larry, earning a 104 buyer speed figure, first time Lasix blinkers off. Since that race, this horse has been training here at Santa Anita. Let's watch a team drill on October 21st over the main track here at Santa Anita. These two went basically in company, going a minute and change. Ultra Power is the gray on the outside, and to say that he's doing this easily would be an understatement, Larry.
Yeah, it is an understatement. You know, I go way back with Unique Bella, and you should have some kind of a horn for shameless self-plug. But when Unique Bella was a yearling, I went and saw her, and I actually don't usually deal with people who buy in book 1, but I had a guy's ear in that book, and I told him this was the best horse I saw on the first day of the sale, and she was, I think, hit number 8 at that sale. And bottom line is he thought the horse would bring 7 figures, and I guess there was some suspect something on the vet, and she only brought about $400,000, but what a racehorse she was. You know, we won a championship with Champagne Room, Tom, and got our butts kicked by Unique Bella that next year, and she was just a special horse. And this is a son who's just starting to figure it out. And look at the stride he's got on him right there.
And it's her first foal as well. The son, as you mentioned, is her very first foal.
Yeah, he grew up going into that last race. Baffert's been patient with him, and I think he has something potentially special here. I just picked him just to talk about Unique Bella, and it's a Curlin out of Unique Bella, so it's supposed to be special, and I think we got to see something last time at Del Mar, but I'm hoping he makes it to the next level today, and he's going to be probably a single for me everywhere I'm gambling. And Bob's got another horse in the race, and you know, we should learn by now, when a guy's got 2 horses in a race, be wary of their longer price horse. So number 6, Imagination, who's actually run some pretty good races. The Shared Belief was a strong race. He was just missing a Sending to Derby to Stronghold. This horse has qualifications to be very live in here. It's a short field, but there's some talent in this race. I mean, the Sadler scares me. That might be on the front end for All Mankind, because he will not be chasing straight no chaser today. This is a pretty good race, even though it's a shorter field, but I'm going to stick with Bob Baffert on the dirt, going 2 turns here and go 3-6.
Race number 7 is our feature race on today's card. It's the Grade 2 Twilight Derby. $200,000 guaranteed is the purse. 3-year-olds going a mile and an eighth on the turf course. Race 7 also begins the 50-cent late pick 4, as well as the $3 all turf pick 3. We've got a field of 7 in the Twilight Derby, headlined by number 4, Stay Hot, who's the 3-1 morning line favorite. Before we get your thoughts on the race, Larry, we want to watch a replay for number 2, Curlin's Chaos. It's his last effort, and he tried the dirt. He ran 7 furlongs in the Real Good Deal Stakes. He's going to break from post position number 6 in this replay we're about to watch. If you're looking at the past performances, you can see he ran a spectacular 96 buyer speed figure this particular afternoon. And in my opinion, one of the reasons why was the addition of blinkers. We also know that he likes the turf course. He's had 4 attempts over the turf course with 2 victories, including a stakes victory on that surface as well. But let's listen to Trevor Denman describe the action and watch Curlin's Chaos carve out some very fast fractions, winning the Real Good Deal back on August 2nd.
Deal stakes. And away they go. On the outside, Shady Tiger and Capo Luigi appeared to come away smoothly. Now there goes Prince Prancelot in the red to get the lead. Curlin's Chaos is in there as well, and alongside of Curlin's Chaos we have Donnie the Cairo. Then we come back to Tequila Talking, White Cap down at the rail. Pure Madness has got off the rail. He's going up a joint 3rd in the white colours. Just in behind those 2 comes Shady Tiger, white blinkers on the far side, only 3 lengths off these leaders. Then we drop back to Final Storm, Stay on the Fences down at the rail. Mio Bambino has now dropped out second last, and Uber Kaio is last. They run past the 3/8 pole, and Curlin's Chaos heads for home, leads it by 2 lengths now. Donnie the Cairo is in second. Now Shady Tiger's making his run on the far side. He's still got 5 to make up, though. Prince Prancelot is losing ground behind that. And then we come back to Capo Luigi. They're at the top of the lane, and Curlin's Chaos goes on. Curlin's Chaos going strongly for home. He leads it by 3 lengths. Pure Madness, the only one got a chance of catching him with a 16th to go. But it's Curlin's Chaos and Diego Herrera well clear. They're winning the Real Good Deal Stakes in style. Curlin's Chaos wins it easy. Pure Madness ran an easy.
Larry, on paper, there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of early speed. It looks like it's Curlin's Chaos tasked to assume to be the pace setter. Can this Calbred upset this field in the Twilight Derby?
Well, I look at it this way, Tom. That was a spectacular performance. And there's not many horses on the grounds that were going to touch that horse on that day. And look how good Pure Madness has been for Brian Coroner since that race. Now, Curlin's Chaos was supposed to go to the Delmar Derby, and they scratched him. I've heard different stories. His owner, very flamboyant, Sonny Paez. I ran into him yesterday, and there's been little dings here and there. That day, I think he cut himself in his own stall, like it was no big deal, but he couldn't run because they had to treat him. And there's been a little the clockers have not been that kind to this horse since the race, I'll be honest with you. But I think there's only one way to beat the 4-horse Stay Hot, and that's with somebody brilliant enough to do it. Because Stay Hot is so consistent for Pete Erden. I've got to take a shot with the horse I know that's fast enough. And sometimes we bet our money for speed. And I think this horse out of a Curlin mare should be able to get 9 furlongs. You mentioned he's won 2 races on grass. He hasn't run in a while since that day, but if I'm going to try to beat number 4 Stay Hot, it's going to be with a horse I know that's brilliant enough to do it. I'm a little scared of Tim Yakteen's horse Rothschild here because he ran so well at Kentucky Downs in the Nashville Derby. Not the strongest field we've ever seen for the Twilight Derby, but I think it's an interesting race, and I have to go with the price horse, number 5. I mean, at 5-1, number 2 Curlin's Chaos, and obviously number 4 Stay Hot's the horse to beat. 2-4 for me in this race, Tom.
Race number 8 begins the new and popular $3 late pick 3 with a low 15% takeout. And we're starting race 8 going 6 furlongs on the main track for $12,500 claimers, 9 winners of 2 races lifetime. 1 scratch the 3, Chasing Rain, leaves us with a field of 8. The Maury Line favorite is number 8 from the aforementioned Tim Yakteen barn, 8-5 on the Maury Line. Give us your thoughts on race 8, Larry.
Well, when you see the way Tim Yakteen's drama won that race for maiden 50, you're surprised to see it in for 12-5. Obviously, Yakteen he's had a fabulous year, and he knows how to place his horses. And I'm really a little surprised that he's running the horse this cheap off of that win. So, and he ran a pretty good 10 and change at Del Mar, is actually a pretty good time. So I know he's the horse to beat. But number 7, Rick's Red Storm for me. I love a horse that can win first time out, then they protect them second time out. Andy Mathis, I'm talking about. He didn't run as bad as you would think in that mile race. There was a lot of traffic problems for him in that race, and I think it was a really strong heat for the level. And now he takes a crazy drop in class, but we've had horses with Andy Mathis up north, and he's not afraid to put a horse where he thinks the horse is going to win. And I think that's all he's looking for in this spot, is a place to win with the horse. I like the 9-2 very much on this horse. Those are my 2 horses for this race. Numbers just 7, 8 for me, and I'm going to make 7 my top pick here in race number 8.
Number 7, Rick's Red Storm, Larry's top selection in race number 8. As you can see, owned by Rap Racing. That would be Rick Pitino, the head coach of the St. John's basketball team. Race number, let's see, where are we at? Race number 9? Yes, we're on race number 9. Thank you. $5 late daily double time with a low 15% takeout. We're coming down the Hillside Turf Course. This is a straight allowance race, non-winners of 1 other than. Program scratch of the 4. Also take out number 8, Blue Oasis, leaves us with a field of 7. Maury Line favorite on the bottom, one of the 3-year-olds in the bunch. Number 9, Ang and Ash from the Hector Palma barn, 5-2 on the Maury Line, ridden by Hector Barrios. What do you think about race 9, Larry?
Well, I think I've changed my mind a bunch of times from last night into this morning about how I was going to go and give you 2 horses for this race, because I think this is one of the races you want to spread on today's card. Lovin' on the Run, I should have put the tape down for them to watch, because if you watch this horse's last race, altering course late in the stretch, this horse was full of run that day, and she seems to be a horse that finds a little trouble almost every time. And I'm hoping putting Rispoli on, and he's probably as good as we've got at just putting horses, when the Tory's not here, putting horses in the right spot to give them their best chance to win. And I think the jockey change to Rispoli made me make this horse my top pick. So I'm going with the 2-horse, Lovin' on the Run, and comes out of the same race as the 9, Ang and Ash. And this 3-year-old filly has just gotten better and better with racing, and Hector Palmer made a very timely claim off the people he claimed them off of. They're actually friends of mine, and I was sorry to see them lose the horse because she's named after their wives, but they could still root and bet their money. But Ang and Ash is about the most consistent horse in the race. It was just going to be hard for me to leave her off. The 7 Special Flower was the other one I was toying with, and there's probably 2 or 3 others that I'm going to use also in a late pick 5. But for me, with the 2 spots you gave me, Tom, I'm going to go number 2, Lovin' on the Run, over the 9, Ang and Ash in race number 9.
We close out today's card in race number 10, offering $1 super high 5 wagering. The distance is 1 1/8 miles on the turf course for $30,000 claimers, non-winners of 3 races lifetime. Scratch the 3, Legitify, the Maury Line favorite number 5. Spagliato from the Phil D'Amato barn, 2-1 on the Maury Line. Rispoli in the saddle. Rispoli going to be alive in the daily double here?
I'm not leaving him off, but he was going to be my 3rd choice here. I'm going to try to beat him with 2 other horses just for the value of it. Number 4, Donner Lake, is a different horse on turf. Never missed the board on turf. I'm not sure. McCarthy brought him back, and he brought him back on dirt a couple of times. I'm not sure what he was thinking because the horse had such good turf for him, but I don't question too many things Michael McCarthy does. He's as sharp and shrewd a horse trainer as we have, and he gets him back on the turf here, gets J.J. Hernandez, and that's good enough for me. I like the 9-2 morning line a lot on this horse. And the X factor in this race is the 2-horse Keen to Go. This horse on his day can outrun anybody. But he seems, I don't know if he has some physical ailments or it's mental with him. Anthony Saavedra says, I'll take my turn because this is his 4th barn in as many races, Tom. And Anthony Saavedra works on his own horses, and I'm sure he's working with this guy to try to figure him out because the horse has been in very good form. Horse can handle grass. He does have a win on grass. He kind of handles everything. Kyle Frey not winning as many races, a lot of seconds for him this meet, but he's had a breakout season. I went 4-2 in this last race, but I think it is very wide open race.
Before we let you go, there's one more wager to remind you of, and that's the $1 coast-to-coast pick 5. Have you seen the paths? They've been quite juicy and lucrative, and today's sequence, as you can see on the screen, begins in Gulfstream Park, race number 9. 2:06 p.m. Pacific time is when post time is for the kickoff of the coast-to-coast pick 5. As you can see, it's a $1 minimum bet with a low 15% takeout. There'll be 3 races from Santa Anita, 2 from Gulfstream Park, comprising today's coast-to-coast pick 5. Make sure you get involved. Perhaps you'll be handsomely rewarded. Larry, speaking of being handsomely rewarded, we're for the better because you've been joining us for the last 35 minutes. Congratulations on another spin around the earth. Best wishes for many more happy and healthy birthdays.
I appreciate that, Tom, and I'm just glad to always join you on the set here. It's always a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun. Hope you enjoyed it as well. If you're watching out there, have fun, everybody, today, and good luck.
please rise for our national anthem?